Alright, moving on to the second IF. It's a good thing probably that doggone I would have had to remove the second IF anyway, because of that resistor that's internally mounted. It's out of range. When I said 57K, it's beyond. It's just over the limit. I'm just going to go ahead and replace it anyway. And since it is indicating that it is on the secondary side of that second IF, the wires coming off of this terminal go to the upper coil. So when I said the bottom one I was gonna make the bottom one the secondary because all the other ones that I've experienced, the primaries, are on the bottom. Well, this confirms. This is secondary, so that will be the primary, and we will just keep on trucking. So this will be the secondary side of the IF, and this here will be the primary side. This one here is going to be blue, and that one there is going to be red. And then, of course, this one over here on the secondary side will be green. And this one over here, we're going to make it black. And the other additional wire is going to be gray. And this will go to the cathode of the Q7, which is tied to ground. And that's what that one shows, tied to ground. So we're going to go ahead and replace these up. I'm going to pull that resistor out of there and replace it with another one. And then we'll show you the result afterwards. So hang in there. Okay, here is the second IF. All beautified and rewired. And new resistor. So now we're ready to get the cans ready and get these sleeved back in, and what are we gonna do next? I could identify the coil characteristics on a graphic, or double check the glue up on my cabinet. So stand by for more. Okay, out on the outside bench under the Casbah, we have the base that is curing up from this morning. We already unclamped it from the table and made an inspection on it, and the outer edge, which is down there, this is the front of the radio here. This portion here that you're looking at is the inside of the shelf of the base, and down here is the rear of the radio. That edge there was there was little gaposis there, so I pulled it loose, I made some adjustments to it, glued it, and let it set and run in real well, and then reclamped it super tight on this end. We'll uncork it now and we'll see what we got, so stand by. Okay, here it is. This is the inside of the radio cabinet. The bottom side. This is the edge that we had the capocysis in it, and it's all nice and flat now. And dropping it down on that particle board right there, it is flat all the way across there. So and this side here is going to get glued to the front part of the radio whenever we get to that portion. I've still yet to do something with the regular the cabinet portion of the cabinet. And so this here will be ready. I'll have to do a little shaping to it and get all the flash off of it. But other than that, she's ready to rock. So it's a bit windy today. Sorry for if you can't hear me real well. I've just about got the phone in my mouth in order to get the audio to pick up. So we're going to move. We're going to move to the cabinet portion and see if we can get some of this here adjusted and tightened up and realigned, and like this stuff here and this stuff here, and this here looks like it's pretty much almost ready to go for a glue up. We'll make some adjustments here and there. So stand by, we'll have more. Okay, meet Skeletor. We've got the panels removed. That was a squeaker. Those pins that they have in here really got a grip, especially after all these years. So what I would suggest, in order to pull those pins so you don't freak out the remaining veneer that's on there, right here there was a little missing piece right here in the corner of that one, and whenever I tapped on the pin to get it to pull it out, it lifted a portion of that. That's the reason for the tape there. So what I had to do was come up with a thing so that I could put as a backer there, and then tip it up and then use it as a block to allow the pin to come out without removing a lot of the veneer that's, because you can see it's seriously stressing here. I mean, it's paper, almost paper thin right now. There's not going to be a great deal of sanding I'm going to be able to do on that. You see the stress cracking there? I mean, look at that. I mean, you go and you grab that thing the wrong way and you're going to have a major problem. There's another one starting right there, and probably would have been one up there if it hadn't been for this other adjoining stuff, because they grooved it here in order to make the bends on the substrate before they put the veneer on it. This side here is getting the same way there. There's some. This one's a little bit more solid, and that there's okay. But we're gonna lay in something on there and try to get it all blended in to reinforce it. And we'll get this thing here fixed up, and this thing over here fixed up, and that fixed up, and I don't know. We'll take it one day at a time until we get her back and beautiful shape. So stand by. We're gonna have more for sure. All right. We got the coil, the RF coil configuration ironed out, and the characteristics. Lug 1 is common to both A and B coils, A and B. Lug 2 is the end of the A coil. Lug 2, the A coil. And lug 4 is the end of the B coil. Lug 4. And then lug 3 is just a tie point for the 3300 ohm resistor R1 indicated on the schematic. And then the resistance values that I got on this particular coil, lug 1 and 2 is 33 ohms roughly, and lug 1 and 4 are roughly 2.5 ohms. So that winds it. I can stick that in a sock and put it away for future reference, so I don't have to wonder what I'm checking and looking for here. Those coils are very difficult to deal with. I mean, yeah, you can. I mean, looking at this one here, I've designated on here the lug numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and looking at this, that comprises two coils with a common tie point. One end goes through a trimmer to ground, and the other end goes through a capacitor to the grid of the A7 tube. So yeah, you can look on there and see that, but unless you can see where the taps and the connections are. Now this one here is pretty straightforward, it's painted symbol. Generally I would think that the primary side of the coil is one specific length, and the other one is a little bit longer length or shorter length depending on the need of the resistance. But anyway, this here, now I definitely know the configuration of this thing and what the lugs and the values are for those particular ones. Now we're going to move on to this nightmare. It looks like it's going to be straight and pretty simple. There's one coil on that one, maybe with a little whisker coil on it, and about the same thing with this one. So stay tuned. That's going to be later tomorrow. So enjoy your evening. Thanks for watching.